Krista didn't grow up in poverty, but she and her husband found themselves there nonetheless.
I've seen what it's like to not worry.
Sure.
To have money coming out of your paycheck every month going into a retirement account that you can have for later. Like, what?
Right.
What? I know what that's like. Sure. That's how I grew up.
One of the first things Krista learned after joining Circles was the benefit of group support.
If you're going to get out of the situation you're in, you need support. And it might not be monetary support or physical support. It's just the emotional support of having other people in the same situations with you, helping you solve problems.
Krista also really appreciated the camaraderie of her fellow Circle leaders.
If nothing else, which it is a lot else, but if nothing else, it is the power of group empathy and positivity.
After graduating from the initial 12-week classroom portion of the program, Krista and her husband Devon found it easier to navigate rough waters.
I'm not really sure before Circles if the same circumstances, actually I know. It would not have been the same, partially because of Paige, helping Devon and I effectively communicate with each other when we would not have been able to. And Circles giving us the support and the community of people standing behind you no matter what.
Krista was looking forward to being paired with her allies.
I'm always excited to meet new people. I love relationships. I love talking and experiencing everybody else's lives, how they live it, and the differences. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Krista's first ally, Denise, shared her first impression of Krista.
I'm a doer, and I like to set goals and accomplish things and have a plan. And I felt like she was kind of that same personality, that she wanted to make changes and she wanted to go forward. And
Gary started off as Krista's husband Devon's ally, but after Devon stepped away from the program, Gary easily moved into position as Krista's second ally.
Krista and me, I think, kind of hit it off quite well because I think we came from somewhat similar backgrounds. I think she was a more wealthier background when she was growing up than I was, but I know where she is now because I think that was in my back history from when I was growing up.
Each of Krista's two allies brought something different but needed to the table.
I think with the two of them, I kind of get the best of both worlds, because I feel like a lot of times, like if I'm dealing like with the emotions of something, or not the doing part, I talk to Gary about it, like venting, I guess. And then with Denise, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do something about it. What do we do? And she's bam, 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 So.
Well, you vented a bit.
As time went on, her relationship with her allies continued to grow.
It's expected as part of the ally circle leader relationship to at some point disagree, kind of butt heads a little. And her and I did that, not too rough, but I think it was enough, for us to hit that point and then get over that. And she's been holding me very accountable.
Krista found the two-generational approach of Circles crucial.
Find a babysitter for 5 kids every Thursday. Not gonna happen. But not just to be able to bring them, but for them to come and also learn about, money saving and things like that.
Through Circles, Krista was able to do something she found incredibly empowering.
Yes, so in January, I got to give a speech to our 5 legislatures, and I decided to do it on car insurance because at that point, it was a few months after the responsibility piece had been taken out, so Devon had his license. But I wanted the legislatures to understand how, even though that helped us significantly, we were still paying for it because he still had those driving on suspendeds affecting our car insurance. And so I was able to kind of explain to them why and how it affects us and our budget.
And sometime within the last month, I got a newsletter from John Bumstead going over the new laws that they had passed, making car insurance supposedly going to be way more affordable. And all of the points that I had made in my speech are part of that legislation that passed.
Krista shared what she believes are some of the biggest changes she's noticed from her time in Circles.
Confidence has changed a lot. Getting my teeth fixed has been obviously a huge impact there. Like, I smile all the time now.
She also shared the progress she's made on her goals.
Another one of my goals was to get back to work, and I am filling out applications and putting resumes in and stuff right now. So I am so close to that point, and I know it won't be too much longer before then.
Krista's allies shared what they viewed as the biggest changes they've seen in Krista due to her involvement with Circles.
And so between getting her gallbladder out, getting her teeth fixed, working on the non-smoking, I think she's in a much healthier place, both physically and mentally, where she can now go out and have some confidence and look for a job.
One of the things I've really noticed with her is that she, this summer, went from mommy mode to a parent mode, because, just recently she was talking about going with 2 of her kids on the field trip. Last year she would not have been able to do that because she still had a child at home that she was the main caregiver for.
Both of Krista's allies found the experience to be both educational and eye-opening.
So to sympathize and to understand what they go through and those stumbling blocks, it was a big awakening for me.
I can say you really are building long-term relationships with these, people that are in here, and I would say Krista's my friend now, and 2 years ago I didn't know who Krista was.
In helping a neighbor in need, Krista's involvement with Circles came full circle.
Yeah, so my neighbor's house burnt in the middle of the night, and I knew that Gary knew my neighbor, he works with him, and I knew that Gary was part of a church system that would be able to help them in the first few days. Me using my circle to help others that were truly in need.
Krista and her allies shared their final thoughts on Circles.
Just tell them if you have some ideas, some goals, and you need help getting started, this is the program that will help you, find the resources and the direction to go in.
The only reason you shouldn't is if you don't want to change where you're at. I mean, if you don't change what you do and how you do, then your situation won't. It's not just about the resources, because, it's not about a handout, it's about a hand up. And those are the people that are involved in Circles.